The advanced controls are like on-screen buttons, except they're smart. This means that even if your thumbs start to drift position across the screen, the buttons will still work as expected. There are numerous options to tailor controls to your preferences and device. Firstly, button sensitivity is how much your thumb has to move to change direction. Smaller buttons are more sensitive if you prefer small thumb movements, but are more susceptible to wrong presses. The next option is dead space on a press. If enabled, you have to slide into the button after a press, like a thumbstick. Set this option to 0 to use buttons that respond immediately to presses. Margin sets the maximum closeness to the edge that the controls can go. If you find your thumb wanders really close to the edge, you might lose a button off the screen, so can increase the margin to prevent this. However, too big a margin could require your thumb to be too far into the screen and be uncomfortable. Next are the same options but for the action buttons. The first changes sensitivity, how far your thumb has to move to register as a change in button. The dead space option has a little more flexibility than for left and right. In the center, the on-screen buttons work like buttons, activating when your thumb presses them. Larger values work like a thumbstick, with no action on press and you having to slide into the button. Smaller values add an overlap of the buttons. This results in a button press when you touch, but also enables you to slide your thumb to the middle zone that'll activate both controls. The next option allows you to adjust how far your thumb needs to move down to activate the secondary buttons. Finally, there are options for side margin and top margin for if your buttons start creeping off the top of the screen. There's also an auto hide option which fades the buttons away, leaving no on-screen controls visible. When very accustomed to the controls, this gives you a clutter-free play area. There is also an auto shoot option. When enabled, your ship will automatically fire at enemies or rocks, meaning you don't need to use the weapon button.